Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Techtonica. As you can see, a lot has changed, so I'm going to show you guys what I have done since the last episode. First and foremost, we'll start with the blue core composer. Yes, I did get blue cores manufacturing now, completely automatic. And it starts with this over here. We had all of the stuff being made, so I just brought all of it over to this assembler right here, and now we are making blue cores. So that was super nice. I made a bunch of Atlantum, and yeah, we're crafting that. Up here we got the mines being transported through monorail over to the elevator, and they're being shipped to the research floor. We got power connected down here, and I expanded the area down here where the planter farm is going to be, and I just expanded it a little bit, as you can see right here, and that's probably the level of floor I'm gonna make. But as you also can see, I added a little more details, just messing around with it. Added these lights in, thought they looked pretty cool. But yeah, and then we also got the rail runner up and going. It's all right, but you need a lot of space below the tracks, and it doesn't work too much. So you know, it's kind of lame, but it is what it is. Oh yes, I made this storage bin to make all of the Mark III conveyor belts, and it looks like we ran out of space, so we're just going to add another box here and toss these in here. Oh, and I also forgot, but over there I added a assembler to make the fast inserters, as you can see right here, because we needed the Kindle Vine to be used up and the inserters to be used up. So what better way than to craft fast inserters? And so we got those crafting now. And I think that was it for Victor that I done. And you know, it's not like a whole lot, but still a lot of work. It's a couple hours at least. But then if we go to Lima, I don't remember if I showed it in the last episode, but I know I showed making this whole factory and stuff, but I just added on a little copper frame manufacturing place right there, just so we can start getting those. Looks like those need fuel. I'll get fuel later and refill them. But other than that, the only other thing I did was scan a bunch of parts from the foundry, and then I also came here, and as you can see, we have the mines coming out from here. They're being loaded on to this monorail system, and it's following this power cord, and we built a staircase on up to here because there's this giant node right here. So I spent the time and mined out all the way around this, and took the mining charges, went all the way around, flattened it and everything, so that we can finally get moving on our Atlantum like mining facility. So I know I said I would put it over by the monolith because I thought the monolith would look cool, but if we head on over there, it's just really not too like it's just too much to do, too much work. It's too spread out in my opinion, and it's not worth what it would be to put the work in and get it done. There we can have everything super close together and just in a circle. This one, because there's like a node here, and then look how far this node is apart, and then this node over here. And you know, it's just that the whole way around. I mean, it does look cool having the monolith here. because man, that just looks cool. So I just decided to do it up at this location because I just looking in the map, happened to see it, thought I'd check it out, and yeah, it's a huge area that has a ton of Atlantum right here. So if we need to expand this out at all, I mean, we can probably get a good 50 drills on the outside alone, and then, you know, if we need more space, we go up, or we can go on the inside here, and I mean, we can put them everywhere in here. But yeah, so I just have the mining charges being taken right here, and this is just if it backfills. As you can see right now, we're not really having an issue, but we might need to, like, well, once I get like fast inserters going on here, it'll pick up the speed. But yeah, we got this box picking up the Atlantum, throwing it into the thresher, and then it's just being separated into clay and the Atlantum powder. So that's all I got going for now, but we will expand this, and if I have all the resources and I'm able to do it right here, we will go all the way ahead and try to make the Atlantum ingots here, and then use the monorail system to ship them out to wherever we need them. But that leads me into the next thing. That's kind of what we need to get the next upgrade at Victor, which is kind of unfortunate. We just need a bunch of Atlantum, and then the slabs is actually why I needed the clay, and we'll get that set up right now since we're up here. But we need the clay to make the ceramic parts, to make ceramic tiles, because that's why we don't have blast furnaces, and you need a blast furnace to make the slabs. So that's what I'm going to start working on right now, is just automatically smelting this. So I'm just going to add a smelter and stuff. Before I do that, I know I just said I was going to work on it, but before I do that, we have 677 blue cores to unlock stuff with. So I think I'm going to go through and unlock the most important stuff. As you can see, I did unlock the mole upgrades for tunneling and speed, because I mean, I mined out this whole area, and man, that it was bad at the start, but since I got the 9x9 upgrade, that's what we got here. We got a 9x9. I mean, this just makes quick work of the area. So yeah, alright, so I'm gonna go through this, and I'll see you guys when I'm back. Alrighty, well, we got most of what we wanted from here. I got the tier 2 versions of all the things that we didn't have unlocked. So the generator, the assembler, and the drill. And I think we'll also do pack size here, just because I got enough blue orbs. And yeah, that'll be it for now. But yeah, we got some pretty good upgrades. But yeah, nothing new, I guess. It was just all upgrades for previous stuff that we had, and now we have the Mark II version of all of this. And this right here is why we need ceramic tiles, like, really bad. Luckily, I have a couple tier 2s. I also did get a Mark III, and it does say that it's capable of smelting all ores, but I guess the Mark II does as well. And the Mark I, but it doesn't do Atlantum, unfortunately. But the cool thing about Mark IIIs is that it takes electricity instead of fuel. So I think we might put a tier 3 up here to smelt down the clay right here. What I will do. Toss these in here. Make ceramic parts. And then we get another tier 3. I'll put a tier 3 up here, but for now we'll just put a tier 2. And then we will put a I guess that'll be fun. Let's do this. Oh, my bad. I forgot. Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure it's crafted in an assembler now. Ceramic tiles. This. Let's see. Yep. Like that. And actually, get rid of that for a second. Do a storage bin. And then we will do an assembler. Let's see. How do we want to do this? Do it just like this, and then we'll turn this around, put the box here, and just like this. Make the tiles, toss those in there. And we got that automated. That is pretty nice. This is just a basic setup for now, but I'll probably end up, making a line because this is just gonna stock up. And the thresher is not going near as fast as we need it to. But for now, this will just get done what we need it to. And now that I got 22 of those, what was I gonna use them for? Oh yes, a blast smelter. Because we haven't been able to make one until now. We haven't found one. None of that. So now we finally have a blast smelter. Let's see. I don't know what you put into this either. Don't know if you can let's see. Okay. I don't know if it's iron ore or if it is if you have to use the blast drills to blast iron and copper ore. So we will find that out later. But my plan for this episode is pretty much just to do a time lapse of the area of me building the plant area down here, because I did find out that room that we couldn't get into in the barracks area that we were at, you do need to be at a certain place in the story. I don't know what that place is. So we might just start drilling here. We got 6,000 meters to go, but yeah, I would like to make Mark IV drills because that is way bigger of an increase. But go here to make Mark IVs. We need accumulators and unfortunately Atlantum ingots, and looking at both of those, we need Kindle Vine extract, which we have a ton of, and we can afford to. Copper frames, kind of the same thing, and electrical components I've been making for a while. So making that wouldn't be too bad, and it would use up more Kindle Vine, but I would have to manually feed it right now, just because I don't have or I'm using up an entire storage chest, but I have a whole nother storage full of them. And then if we go, we can find the Atlantum ingot right here. We need the mixture, and to get the Atlantum mixture, you need more Kindle Vine and Shiverthorn. So I think the best thing to do is build out the factory down here and just get it up and running. So that's what we're gonna do, and I will probably just do a time lapse of me building this because that's what I kind of wanted to do. So I will hopefully see you when this is done. So yeah. Well, look what I found here.
We may have underestimated faction, but not as underestimated ours. Their plans to push into Sector Zulu without us are very impressive, logistically, and perfectly timed detection. A shame. Never considered an informant. All you need. I'll send you a signal. Me.
Interesting. I wonder what sector is Sector Zulu. So, be interesting to see. Also, I'm debating if we should just use these. Oh man, we almost got an entire other box. Okay, we might be using those. Let me think on it, but we're gonna get back to building, so. but this is what we've gotten done so far. I like these lights down here. They make it look nice and bright, and we can actually see when we're down here. But yeah, I think I'll probably work on this off camera just so that I can get more done, and so we don't have another episode where it's just kind of building like this is. And this week tomorrow actually, there will be a new game that I'm going to be playing on the channel, so it's just to get more done. But to give you guys kind of a rundown of what I'm planning on doing, I plan on this whole area up here just being solely for planters. So there's only going to be planters on this area and this area, and well, I might not use up both platforms, but we're just going to have the kind of area that we have up top for the planters. We're just going to use that same kind of design, and we're going to have the planters in the belt go around, and then into the threshers, they go into the threshers, they go into storage boxes. And we'll just have the storage boxes set up until I figure out what I want to do with the rest of the stuff. But we will be using the limestone and shipping everything out. So this is the design I came up with. What I was planning on doing at least was using this side, like, so everything on this side of this 3 line was going to be like shiverthorn or kindlevine, one of the two, and then everything on this side of this like 3 gap was going to be the other one, so kindlevine or silverthorn. So there'd be like kindlevine here, shiverthorn there, and then this whole platform was going to be for manufacturing. But I don't know how many like planters we'll need. I want to double the planters that we have up there, and then double the output of everything else. So hopefully this is enough room to do all of that. That's the idea for now, and I'll work on this off camera. But alright, we're just going to jump straight on into this one, and we are going to start drilling and get to the freight level. So I will see you guys once that finishes up. 21,992 meters. What? Ooh, okay. Might find something good up here. Down up here.
Warning. Elevator self-repair disrupted. Refer to administration control console.
I can't tell if we need a new excavator bit or if all we have to do is reset a switch in that office breaker. It looks like the door is locked. Head over there and check it out.
What is this? This is a nice area.
Freight elevator system office access offline. Refer to local terminal for instructions.
Alright, so some resources. Oh, we got that easy.
Seems like an electrical problem. If we can get enough juice into this thing, we should be able to keep heading up. I'm not detecting any more debris above us.
Let's see if we just make a voltage stepper and a line.
Yes. Hopefully we will find other, more established areas of the expedition still intact, though I fear that this collapse has most likely spread.
Am I just blind?
Even so, we might find other people who got left behind. Nobody deserves to be alone in a place like this.
No. But until we can contact command, our primary mission to industrialize this world remains. Sector by sector, if necessary.
Sir, with all due respect, don't you think rescuing the crew has to come first?
I do not. We are on a mission to return resources to Earth that will impact the lives of billions. It is greater than any of us. But even so, Look
Pretty
at all we
serious.
have built to come this far. These factories are what have enabled us to augment the signals, open the doors, and discover the tools that have made it possible to learn everything we could. Soon the electricity of those same machines will help us rekindle this elevator and hopefully carry us one step closer to the truth. I will not pretend to share your priorities, Sergeant, but I can assure you they are intertwined.
Fine. We'll build the factories, especially if it helps us dig people out of the tin cans they sent us down here in. But if it comes down to choosing between a life and a lost cause, I know where I stand.
I will tell you when all is lost. For now, we must remain focused on the restoration of this elevator. Also, the Excalibur was not a tin can.
Power restored to EFES control room. Awaiting executive level security authorization.
Handing this one over to you, sir.
Do not be concerned. System, receive authorization, Zeta 17.
Request denied. Authorization restricted to flag officers.
That should not have occurred.
Flag officers. Wait, I remember them. Pacific did this?
Please, I need a moment to concentrate. A memory is taking form. System, receive Phoenix Protocol Omega 15.
Standby. Confirming planet-wide eligibility. Phoenix Protocol confirmed. Interbiome network detected. Fulfill production quota to access control room.
A production quota?
Yes. Yes, I remember now.
Sir, are you alright?
The quota is unbreakable, Sergeant. We must fulfill it to proceed.
Sir, that isn't the point. These elevators aren't supposed to have quotas that prevent them from moving. This is captivity. This is not what the expedition was about.
There's no need to reach conclusions prematurely. It may be that this quota was instituted to compensate for catastrophic loss of production elsewhere. Or everywhere.
If the loss was that catastrophic, our crew could be in trouble in any sector. Anywhere.
Yes. And we are standing before the only way to reach them. Groundbreaker, you will show this quota what I know you are capable of. Proceed.
Alright, well, we are going to head over here to Lima, because I should have a stockpile of iron ingots. Oh, and we forgot to fill these up, so that's wonderful. But I'm going to take these, and this. And I'll see you guys once I have the 15 frames. Alright, now we got the frames, and we're gonna see what's inside of here. Alright.
Good work, Breaker. Hit the switch on that console and see if it activates the elevator again.
Which? Oh.
EFES network restored. Message from Sector Sierra. Elevator pathway is clear of hazardous obstacles. Proceed to boarding.
Excellent work, both of you. We should rest for a while before we depart. I know this reconstruction has been long and difficult.
You sound tired, sir. Are you alright?
These limitations in our memories are irritating. I know that much of what I am able to remember was highly classified, but I can no longer recall the intention behind it. Someone was desperate, abusing their power. Something is not as it was.
Sir, if you're not telling me something that could help us rescue the crew or get out of here...
I understand my duties precisely, Sergeant. Choose your next words very carefully.
You don't have to keep secrets from me, sir. That's all I'm saying.
Facility access door unavailable. Restore Sector Sierra connection to unseal. Facility access door unavailable. Restore Sector Sierra connection to unseal.
Why does it have to be Sector Sierra? Is that the next sector? Okay, it is. Supposed to be able to drill now, aren't I? What is this? Touch that. Whoa.
It's good to see that the self-repair routines on the elevators have kept them as intact as the production terminals.
Colonel, just tell me. Do you think we're going to find anybody else?
Yes. If nothing else, I believe Pacific is alive. Flag officer restrictions could not be maintained on these elevators if their vital signs did not remain. However, the emergency code I used to initialize the elevator, the Phoenix Protocol, was an option of last resort. It was created to function only if less than 5% of the entire expeditionary force could be detected within Calyx.
5%?
I do not know why. But there is no doubt now that very few of us remain.
So, they're gone. They're really gone. My entire crew.
And the quota is an even greater mystery. To expect such a small remainder of our forces to uphold so much production. It is as if Command had some expectations that this could happen. But why?
Warning. Mechanical integrity failing.
System! Halt elevator!
Breaker, search the panel for a manual brake lever.
Hold on. Should be. Override. Almost. Wait. Sparks. Sparks.
Sparks? What?
Quickly! Find something to hold on to!
Sparks. I can save you. Integrity failure corrected. Alarm state deactivated. Returning to origin for analysis and self-repair.
Sergeant, was this is the message? Speaking to you.
I don't know. I've never heard it talk like that. Or say my name. Or say anybody's name.
We are alive because of it.
No. No, there has to be an explanation. We have to take it apart. Breaker, I want you
Sergeant, we must put this aside. We are not safe here. When the elevator stops, we will exit. We will find the answer to this together. You are not alone.
So, what just happened? We were going up
Seems that we
in the
need
system.
a new excavator bit before the elevator can excavate further. And there is a strong possibility that the initiation of the Phoenix Protocol will have other consequences as well. Let us regroup
Let's
at
go.
Production Terminal Victor to consider our options.
I believe it is time we put our cards on the table. I told you not to come here.
The freight elevator. So, it was sabotage. It was you. Why?
Because my actual orders were not to kindly suggest that you sit tight. They were to prevent anyone from departing Sector Victor at any cost. And they came from people who do not answer to you, Colonel.
Are you out of your mind? You could have killed us!
When we made landfall on Calyx, how many years were you told we had to complete our mission? 10? 12? What if I told you that the corner-cut monstrosity that brought us here was damaged along the way, and that it was no more than 5? 5 years! And only a small group of scientists told the truth, so we could understand the urgency of our new mission. To discover or invent technologies that would make it all work out somehow anyways. And so, we struggled ever since. Even at the cost of appearing aloof, reckless, and yes, out of our minds, to the rest of you. I do not wish to harm anyone, but I have a directive, and no time for distractions.
Ma'am, if the way things look down here is any indication, I'm guessing we've all been out of action for a lot longer than 5 years. You might be doing all this for nothing.
No, the rapid decay you are witnessing is an effect of the energy wave I mentioned earlier. Even if it appears that thousands of years have gone by, it has only been several months since the activation of the cryostasis chamber that first triggered it.
Several months. So Calyx is still close enough to Earth. We could still get out of here.
Yes, though as your little Phoenix protocol trick has shown, it seems unlikely that many of us remain in the first place. Which brings me to what I want. The Groundbreaker. By virtue of possessing the only intact human body in all of Sector Victor, I can only conclude that they must be the person who was in that cryopod. Which means they may know something about the energy wave.
The Groundbreaker is unable to communicate due to a malfunction with their suit. We have made several attempts.
Perhaps we can try harder. And if you had not somehow interrupted my attempt to immobilize them underneath a collapsing elevator, this would have been much easier. But since you did, I will honor your earlier request to contact command and arrange for your rescue. We'll speak soon. All of us.
Connection terminated.
This rescue really doesn't feel like a rescue.
Even for Mirage, this level of disregard is beyond the pale. There's more she is not telling us.
I'm just relieved to hear we aren't a million years from home. Ah, this is where they kept the good stuff. Advanced machinery and upgrades that would have come down from on high. Scan it all, Breaker. You earned it. These are pieces of the Excalibur, right? That giant tunnel borer you drove us all down here in.
Yes. Every facility and piece of equipment you see anywhere on Calyx was once a part of the Excalibur.
It always seemed unnecessarily complicated to me. Why couldn't we just dig a giant hole and throw everything in it?
The Excalibur was designed to have structural pieces removed from it as we descended, enabling us to industrialize new sectors from the moment of the discovery. Your giant hole strategy would have lacked this sophistication.
Okay, so that was a lot to take in. The Mirage lady wants us because we're the last human alive, I guess. There's higher ups that are wanting us to stay here. We only had 5 years to live on here, it sounded like. And that was just a lot to take in all at once. Now, when I looked in the elevator, we can only use the new drill bit that we unlocked or better ones. So only the Mark 5s and higher. And we have 22,000 meters to go. So this is just wild. Absolutely wild. I'm going to continue exploring this and then I'll head back to Victor and see if we can make some more see if we can even make Mark 5 drills. Okay guys, what is this? Using this tool and there's something actually all the way down here. Like, what is this secret thing? Wonder if this is on any other levels, because I only decided to use it because I didn't see anything else, and it found me a secret chest behind the other area. So we're about to find out. This. No. Whoa. Guys, this is huge. Mark 6 and the Mark 7. Hold up. That was insane. Wait a minute. Dang it, too bad we didn't have it unlocked. Get rid of these. Alright, if we head on over here, there should be a signal.
Signal triangulated. New location added to HUD. Undertow.
Pods. What? Now this got me really curious. On Excalibur? Dude, this is like kind of cool because I thought all these areas were done. Like also a lot to take in. I don't remember going up here. Oh, this was all the way down and around. Okay, I remember now. Here we go. This is where we need to go up.
Escape
This was a
pod
door.
access granted. Do not proceed unless authorized.
This
Authorized.
doesn't look like the way to an escape pod.
No, it does not.
What happened here?
Alright, this is definitely not an escape pod. Where are we?
Pulse room initialized. Emergency reboot required.
A surveillance and intelligence room. Likely a contingency planned for by Pacific, with access available only to them. The designation of this place as an emergency escape pod seems to have been a deception.
But if there were no escape pods, that means...
The implications are disturbing, but we must press on.
We're gonna listen to this first.
Have been captured. You said they would be. So, now, the charges they will face, mission will resume. We will place together, and we will not. Why? Why would you, after everything, them away from there? Because they have confessed to Temple already, so we must force them. Artifacts cannot and will not endeavor. You're going to destroy them.
Okay, so something about a temple and artifacts and like a hidden society race, alien race or something.
Reboot complete. Power levels critical. Establish tap wire circuit to initialize long-range sensors.
I get it. These tap wire things do more than just listen to people. There are also batteries that suck up thermal energy around them to act as a power backup for this equipment.
Oh,
The long-range sensors that this room promises us could be of great value, Sergeant. I want these tap wires recovered and returned here as soon as possible.
Tap wire 3. Connecting.
We're missing one.
Tap wire 4. Connecting. Tap wire 5. Connecting. Tap wire 6. Connecting. Tap wire 7. Connecting. Tap wire 1. Connecting. Tap wire 2. Connecting.
We have to go find this next one. There is a signal over here, so hopefully it tells us where it's at. In the barracks. I knew I missed one here. At least I hope this is where take us to. Oh, I gotta go. I'm gonna dig through the wall right here. Right
This
here
looks
too,
like
this is a
another one
pretty
of those
easy one.
eavesdropping bugs we found in the pulse room. We should scan this and bring it back.
Hidden within the structure, it seems. Clever. Disgraceful.
The contents of Sector Zulu have been sealed by, and all assets to command. Not all of them. Have the secured. You saw. Nobody is going anywhere. Both of us know that this is mission we will, when we return to Earth. Command, understand. Yeah, you will understand the consequences. Because I'm going to do my... You can face them.
Tap wires reclaimed. Return to Pulse room for placement.
It seems that Pacific had agents throughout the expedition, in addition to these listening devices.
Yeah, and it sounds like the Groundbreaker and I were two of those people who weren't going anywhere. Let's get all of these back to the Pulse room.
Tap wire 8. Connecting. Tap wire. Circuit complete. Restoring full power to Pulse room. Automated removal of tap wire vocal distortion initiated. Stand by.
System, you told us these recordings were supposed to remain anonymous.
Earlier statements were aligned with security protocols for unauthorized playback.
In other words, anybody who stumbled across the fact that we were all being spied on by these things would at least think their identities were being protected. But they weren't. Pacific built this room to do whatever they wanted.
Playback ready. Interact with console to begin. Playback initiated.
Place
Beneath Sector Victor, like other places on Calyx, Sergeant. What we are now calling Sector Zulu does not...
Sir, that isn't Pacific. That's... you.
That exists completely outside of my memory. But continue. Your actions have threatened the trust between all of us.
Please, tell me how to fix this.
No,
Sergeant,
I would never do any of this. It must be fake. There'll be an imperfection in it somewhere. We just have to keep going.
I want to go down there anyways.
No.
a shame that they never considered something so simple as an informant. Sergeant, enough! You're going to damage the mechanism.
It was me? I went down there for... I don't even know, and I found the cubes? And you made me lie about whatever they did to me?
I do not fully understand what my own motivations would have been, but it would seem so, yes.
You ordered me to set people up. My own people. They trusted me, and I did it. I would never do that, but I did it.
No. You are being unreasonable with yourself. I can move as effortlessly through this recording as you.
We have enough distractions already, and we're running out of time. I felt like I had to tell everyone about the ruins, the temple, the cubes. You will understand the consequences, because I'm gonna do everything in my power to get us home so you can face them.
You uncovered something powerful in Sector Zulu. Something clearly connected to what we have become. But whatever decisions you made from that moment on, you were trying to protect the expedition and the people in it, even from themselves.
For all the good it did.
And we know now that this was no simple disaster. These cubes were within Calyx long before we were within them.
But what happened to everybody else? And what did you mean when you said that seizing whatever was down there was the only way our mission could still succeed?
Long-range surveillance online. Triangulating on Sector Zulu seizure vault.
I believe we are beginning to find out.
Okay. Wow. So all those secret recordings were between Sparks, Paladin, and Sparks was the one that did this all? Like...
What happened at the monolith was over in a moment. They understand nothing about them. Yet you've made a countless number of people believe they hold the answer to all our problems, while time continues to run out.
I thought everyone else could see what I was seeing when the monolith activated. It was so much like what I saw down in Sector Zulu. I felt like I had to tell everyone about the ruins, the temple, the cubes.
Your actions have threatened the trust between all of us. When we need it more than ever. Does the expedition mean nothing to you?
It means everything to me. Please, tell me how to fix this.
It looks like these long-range scanners are looking for more than a bunch of secret relics.
The scans likely include everything that was utilized on the mission as well. Some of these signal sequences appear to be related to piloted mechanical suits. Perhaps environmental conditions in Zulu were far beyond what our regular suits were built to withstand.
Or maybe we just needed help hauling as much alien junk out of Zulu as possible. One of these suit signals looks a little different, though. It seems to have been here in Victor for a year before the rest of them were.
The only reason I can imagine such a suit would have been in Victor prior to then is if someone was audacious enough to believe they personally deserved one and decided to appropriate it for themselves.
Permanently borrowing one of those does sound like something I would have done.
This system should inform us once a location has been found. Investigating the items seized from Zulu is our top priority. But a fortified construction apparatus that the Groundbreaker can utilize will serve us well.
If I stole it once, we might as well steal it again.
I've been giving you orders to assist you, Colonel. Proceed to the new signal on your HUD. A secure storage room in the barracks facility. The passcode is Chi Sigma 9.
What is the status of our rescue mission?
This task is related. I will explain when you arrive.
Attention. This recording has been deciphered in accordance with the Phoenix Protocol. Playback by unauthorized persons is punishable at the discretion of Command Group Pacific.
The place beneath Sector Victor is not like other places on Calyx, Sergeant. What we are now calling Sector Zulu does not extend for kilometers in every direction, and could not have been discovered until our survey of Victor was complete. But it has no resources. Apart from some unusual ruins, the first evidence of life we've seen since the vaults we found in Sector Alpha, there is nothing of value to the expedition. Accordingly, you will undertake a personal investigation into these ruins to confirm the absence of anything significant within them and file it in our logs as an unremarkable mineral survey.
What should I file if I do find something significant?
File nothing. I will find you.
Oh, this is that room that that was locked before.
The access code worked. Interesting.
Nothing in here but a bunch of old mech suit parts, ma'am. And I don't think any of them are salvageable.
A sand pump. Oh man.
I see.
It must be damage from that decay wave you've been talking about. Nothing here was sealed away.
Then scan them! Retrieve the schematics! Build more in that factory! So you do anyways.
Major, restrain yourself.
These fragments don't have schematic data. They're too far gone. If it helps, we have long-range sensors going right now that seem to have picked up on some additional mech suits, but they haven't triangulated a position yet.
I'm aware of the long-range sensors you have in the pulse room, Sergeant. All they're going to find in Sector Sierra is more broken suits. And I would know. I've been stuck inside one of them for weeks. Remote control of these mechanical suits is how I was able to conduct this research in secret, hidden away, much like you were. But the suits have been disintegrating ever since that energy wave went out from the core. And without spare parts to repair the suit I am in personally, I will be trapped within it. Forever.
Which is why you sent us to find parts for you here. You haven't managed to contact command, have you?
No. The surface is silent. Every sector is silent. Even Pacific, who gave me the order to contain Sector Victor directly, is nowhere to be found. And all the while, the decay accelerates at a rate that defies every scientific principle we have ever known. Even now, I can feel it burning through me. Right when I was on the verge of connecting all of it to the monoliths, to the bottles, to the cubes. I was so close.
Major.
Impossible energy, unleashed by a seismic event. The power to unmake an entire world. Interruption. Techtonica.
Major? Major!
I'm still detecting a life sign, sir, but something is interfering with the transmission. She's gone. What do we do now?
We find her. If the long-range sensors of the pulse room are triangulating every mechanical suit in Sierra, one of them will contain the Major.
It doesn't seem like we have much time to save her.
If we cannot negate this wave of energy, Sergeant, I do not believe we will be saving anything. And we cannot do it without Mirage. If the Groundbreaker was unintentionally responsible, I'm sure they will help us make it right. For now, we should utilize the excavator bit we found here to restore elevator options and continue on to Sector Sierra.
Alright guys, that was a lot of story and just a ton happened. I'm still mind boggled and like still just kind of going over what has happened in this episode so far. But we are going to end the episode off here. I'm going to let this run and drill down, and then at the start of the next episode we will finish drilling until we'll finish drilling and go to Sierra at the start of the next episode. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.